Well, good morning. How are you guys? Hope you had a nice weekend. So, let's see how I did on my Premier League predictions. So, Arsenal won easily against Nottingham Forest. I think their last game was not that good, and this one was also not good. NJ played a bit of NJ ball, so they're much higher in the field that they would probably would. Still, we'll have to wait and see how Nottingham Forest evolves, especially now with the European matches. It's probably one of the big things that will happen this week. I think there will be Champions League, so let's see how that starts affecting the big clubs in terms of rotation, especially because after all the spending, most of them have solutions to rotate players, so we'll have to see. So Bournemouth, Brighton. Well, Bournemouth won. I got that one right also. I think even with their loss, I think they were able to get players that are good enough to replace the others. So we'll have to see. So Semenyo, I think, was the man. I'm very glad that I picked him up. I was eyeing him to pick him up after the first week. I think he's in a very good place to provide some points. So Crystal Palace, Sunderland. Well, I chose Crystal Palace and it was a draw. So I think Crystal Palace lost Eze. Sarr is injured. I think their attack now is a bit under man, so to say. I don't know the rest of the team, but I don't know that much of the team. I know Wharton and Hughes and which looks like a guy from I say something about Mary. But yeah, so let's see. So Crystal should probably win these games, and let's see how they do when they start having also European matches. So Everton, Aston Villa, another draw. I think it was a draw that Aston Villa will be very happy with. I think in four weeks they haven't scored a single goal, which for the quality of the team, it's amazing. So how does a thing like that happen? Well, football is weird sometimes like that. So yeah, so thinking Everton should have won the game, but it was a draw, another miss. That one probably a little it's expected. So Fulham leads, so Fulham won. Also last minute on goal, so also probably not what probably Fulham was expecting at home against one of the promoted teams. I think the promoted teams this year are much more competitive than last year. And I think last year, the first win of I don't know if it was the first, but I think all of them got their first wins in October, or one of them even in November, if I'm not mistaken. So I think much different this year. So we'll have to see. I think teams like Wolves and probably Aston Villa, if they aren't careful, they will, or even Nottingham Forest, they will be being dragged into a relegation battle. So we'll have to see how that goes. So Newcastle Wolves. Well, Newcastle won. New striker got goal in. So we'll have to see, because Newcastle has a very good team. They were spent, I think, the last 2 years building a team that provides for Isaac. So I think any guy that will play up front will have scoring opportunities. Just have now to see is, so Visa is I think injured or still not ready to play, so I have to see if they will be rotating according to the opponent or how they will deal with that, but they have more than enough games in a season for both to play. We'll just have to see how Eddie Howe will play them. To West Ham Spurs, so Spurs won, no surprise there also. Another team that may be facing, maybe no, are in relegation battle right now. So we'll have to see how that evolves. So West Ham fans are a bit picky, but have to see if their manager gets them going or not, or if we're looking at another manager fired and replaced with another. So Brentford Chelsea, it was actually a nice game. Brentford got a draw, Chelsea started losing, turned the game over, and then in the end Brentford once again with set pieces scored the equalizer. It's a club that takes set pieces very seriously. All the players in their contracts have bonuses for goals from set pieces, and they make it a point of emphasis, and it's something that has provided them with a lot of help for them to keep overachieving on the Premier League. So Burnley Liverpool once again got a late win. Well, normally it's not sustainable, but if they keep doing it over and over again, well, we'll have to see. But well, Salah with the penalty. I think the player was, I don't know if he's tired. I think he put the arm and then he looked down. Maybe he thought he was outside of the area, I don't know. But either way, you should not give away those kinds of plays. But well, it is what it is, and Liverpool keeps winning, and that's what counts in the end. No style points in the Premier League or most leagues, so just the final result that counts. So City and United, well, oh sorry, I forgot that. I think I saw that Everton Villa I failed because I had predicted Everton to win, and Brentford Chelsea I had predicted Chelsea to win, so it was a draw, so another fail. Burnley Liverpool, well, Liverpool. Manchester City Manchester United I had a draw, and it was well 3-0 for City. It not started all that well for either side. City got the goal, and after that I think, well, they just piled on. So yeah, so failed 4, which is not bad. Hopefully I'll improve next for next week. But well, today is just to talk about like the review of the week. So I'll have now to go and check how did we do in the fantasy. So André Simões here with Escala Montanhas Football Club in first with kind of a lead right now. So I think I'll nickname him the crybaby. He's always crying in the chat like, oh, I only got 4 points, I only got 3 points, and then something happens. Oh, forget it, he scores, I'm happy now. So yeah, so maybe during the dinner I'll bring him a bib and I don't know, something so he can keep quiet, I don't know. And then we have the never winning team. So one of the most active guys there in the chat. So he's, well, I think he had the best week, he had like 76 points. So Escala Montanhas had 68, total of 251, and Never Need Team on second with 76 and 234. So last in the league, I had the second best with 71 and 225. And then Paga Jantar Football Club with 54 points and 220. I got up a bit to fifth with Shaggy Ball. So 66 points, I think. After my wild card, I missed the captain again. So I think most important thing is to hit the captain, and I missed again. So if I had hit the captain, I had two guys that I could have captained and got 13 points. That would be enough for me to be in second, for example. So yeah, so it's still long season. So I think this is probably like captain roulette. Hit the captain and enough times and you'll win this, unless you have a very crappy team. And so also with, I'm with 200, I did 66 and I'm with 216 points. So SC Macaquinha 1 with 51 points, also with 216. So I don't know how they do what are the tiebreakers, if like the guy who did the most points in the week or not. But somehow I had the tiebreaker on Macaquinha. Control Elite 69 points, nice. 215 points. So there's a lot of guys with around almost all the same points. So Cousins FC 65 points, 212. Pichas Gordas 56 points, 210. And then bottom feeders, so 51 points and 192, the only team below 200. And but it was, I think, a good team for a good week for all. So I think the lowest scoring was Macaquinha and bottom feeders with 51. So it was a very strong week for everyone. But now I think with Champions League during this week, we'll have to see, because some players may have less minutes, a bit more tired, or like the big clubs invested a lot, so maybe they will start doing rotations to keep players fresh for the rest of the season. And here we may get blindsided by a coach decision. So probably Thursday or Friday after the Champions League, so see if there's no injuries, no weird news. I'll do the preview of week 5 to see who I think will win in the Premier League. So take care, hope you have a nice week.